What's going on, guys? So listen, here's the situation. I have a bit of a unboxing here. Let me get a better video of that. And I am very excited. These are all Scream Factory Blu-ray collector's editions. I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who checked out my last Scream Factory video. I appreciate all the support. I absolutely love that company, and it was hard for me to make that. I don't really make videos like that. Some of these I'm going to unbox. Some of these I've already unboxed. There's a story. So, guys, grab you some drinks, grab you some popcorn. My good friend Josh messaged me on Instagram and said he had a bunch of movies he wanted to send me. And there was a couple of Screen Factories in there. And whatever I didn't have, or whatever I did have that I didn't need to just give away. So I gave them to my friend Will, who works at my local comic book shop. He's just recently got into collecting physical media. So I ended up keeping 3 of these. I'll show the other 2 in a physical media haul update. But one I wanted to show off now was I got The Strangers here on Blu-ray. Now, I know this has a 4K, but to be honest with you, I don't really remember the 4K transfer being that great. And again, if I can get the 4K later on, great. But the Blu-ray, this was sent over to me. This is so cool. It came with the slipcover. As you can see, tons of bonus features. And I really do. I like The Strangers. I think I like The Strangers Pray at Night's my favorite. I'm not really sure about the trilogy. I caught the first 2 in theaters. The last one lost me. But again, I'm trying to get all these back, all the Blu-ray collector's editions, and I'm happy to have this one back in the collection. I remember this being a big one when it came out. I believe this came out in 2018. I could be wrong about that. Here, if you look at the very bottom right here, Blu-ray producer Cliff McMillan. Do you know how many people messaged me after I made that video that they said that after he left, the Screen Factory lost their magic, and he's with Arrow Video now, and Arrow's 4K is killing it. Nonetheless, happy to have the Strangers back. Thank you so much, Josh. Dude, let me tell you, about I don't know, many years ago, I found a copy of Batman v Superman at a pawn shop, and I did this thing where I said, I got in the car, I didn't really notice it, and I got this wafting scent. The slipcover was covered in cat pee, and ever since then I've done this cat. This is gonna sound weird. I always smell the slipcovers, and not only that, I I almost always ask when I'm ordering something on eBay if they have a cat. I say a pet. The cats are the issue. Now I'm not trying to hate on cats. I don't like cats, but I have never had a a slipcover that smelled of dog urine. Everybody that I've ever reached out to, it smelled like cat urine. How can you tell the difference? You can tell the difference. So I paid quite a bit for this, and it's Tales from the Hood. Now I'm in a hallway, and like the living room is out in the living room. As the living room's out there. I came in here to do an unboxing, a solo unboxing for this. I had the camera up. I kind of wish I had kept the video and just posted it. Dude, I opened the box, and it came in one of these. Now I have these laying around everywhere. I put these in there. It came in its own, and I was like, "Wow, that's so cool!" And it looks great. It really looks great. The second that I opened this, my wife was in the other room. Immediately, this scent permeated through the hallway out into the living room, and I mean within seconds, I got up and was outside. I don't know what was on this. I don't know if it was cat pee. I don't know if it was Komodo dragon pee. I don't know what it was. But it was horrible. These slipcovers, you cannot, like, there's no repairing them. There's no repairing them. As it just turns out, I have a folder that is filled with 4K slipcovers, and the version that I had of this before I had the water damage, it was autographed by a lot of the original cast, and it was ruined. And I don't remember what happened, but I remember my wife was like, "Don't you have an extra slip for that?" Because I'd had this before. And I went through looking, and I found the slip. So here I performed a Blu-ray autopsy. I took the old slip and threw it out in the trash, and I replaced the Amaray. And now, minty fresh. Let me tell you something. I don't know if people are just like letting a bunch of cats come over and R. Kelly their Blu-rays, but let me tell you this. We went outside, and I was smoking a cigar, and I had this. I had forgotten that this was sitting out there. It was overpowering outside the scent of a cigar. I'm not joking. It was the worst scent. I happened to have another slip, which sucks because this slip does have some damage. It's not like super damaged. I'm grateful that I had it, but I'm noticing something else here. A trending thing here. Producer Cliff McMillan. Nonetheless, here is Tales from the Hood. I think that Tales from the Hood is Scream Factory in their finest hour. Um, I went, excuse me, I went to Scarefest in 2016, and the first one of the I bought the bootleg copy of this. This was on this. We were waiting a long time for this, and I love this artwork. I don't care if it gets a 4K. I don't care. I am never getting rid of this again after the debacle of the Komodo Dragon / Cat P, the R. Kelly Cat P. And so, really happy to have this one back. This is a must watch for me every year. And I tell you, man, there are so many great horror anthologies. This one gets slept on because you got Creepshow, Trick or Treat, Southbound. um, so many good ones. I'm forgetting one for sure. But this is up there with it. I think Tales from the Hood is probably my favorite, like, ghetto / hood movie. And it's definitely one of my favorite anthologies. I love this movie and so happy to have this Scream Factory back in the collection. Listen, if you're going to charge a premium price, don't put it in a bubble mailer. You know what I mean? I'm not going to. Come on. Anyways, I ordered. I haven't opened it yet. I was really pissed that it came in a bubble mailer. I know what you're thinking. It's just a slipcover, but you know what? I paid for this. I paid extra to get the slipcover. There's the old Punisher knife. Shout out to K-Mass if you're watching. Um, this is this is probably my favorite uh, remake. Let me think on that for a second. Well, I mean, Night of the Living Dead 90 is great. I love this one. This is one of the first ones that I decided I was going to get back. A lot of these I just said, you know what? Um, I am not going to get these back. I'm going to wait for the 4K. And man, I have just had so much fun rebuying these and so much fun struggling with this that I had to get this one back. I grabbed the House of Wax, and I didn't know it was still sealed. I will say this to the seller's credit. I paid $53 for this. I had a bunch of code money, and I messaged him and I was like, "Dude, you really just charged a premium price for this?" And the way that he shipped it, it creased the corners. Now I know what you're saying. The movie is what's important. Well, you can get the movie on Amazon for $15 right now. I wanted the slipcover. I wanted this nice edition. Let's see if this was Cliff McMillan. It was. We're 3 for 3 with Oak Cliff. I have never noticed that before. Avoidable. All of this was avoidable. He did send me back $15, so I ended up getting this for like 38, which I was cool with. But here is the best thing, man, about these Scream Factories. Aside from the fact that this one's got his pants pulled up too tight, like he's wearing Pacos. But how fulfilling is that? I miss getting these in. I miss watching these, and I miss. This is like a new thing I do. I come in here, I sit at my computer, and I mean, just all these creases, dude. I mean, all that is so avoidable if you ship it properly. I do miss doing this. I do miss the Screen Factory Blu-ray announcements. I miss, you know, I miss watching these, getting excited about them, and yeah. So, like I said, I keep these on deck, and it people on TikTok would always give me a hard time about doing this, and I'm gonna be honest with you. It looks rad, so eat one. But I will say this: these cases kind of were kind of made things worse because what happened is when the water came in, it would get in right here, and it would just like sit. So even though it wasn't much water, it would just sit in like this area and just stay wet and just all these words. But man, let me tell you, it is so much fun to be holding a Screen Factory Blu-ray. I don't care if they get 4Ks. If they do, great, man. But I can enjoy this summer. I can watch this, and I'm going to watch this here soon. Maybe on the Discord. But anyways, so yeah, happy to have House of Wax back. This next one is why you buy from collectors. This is from Paul, my friend Paul, aka Slasher Junkie, and now he's on TikTok as Forgotten Film Bunker. Um, I never thought I would get these back because these are both out of print, and I paid $15 each, 35 shipped, and that's how he shipped them. So Paul is great, man. I mean, I've been making videos with Paul and about Paul for over 10 years. He could have bought these and flipped them on eBay, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. He got these and he sent them over to me. And one of these I'm extremely excited about. I'm going to do a whole video on this. I'm getting more comfortable making these kind of videos. I used to just show the stuff. I'm getting more comfortable talking about these movies. But this is why you buy from Paul. Look at that. Thank you, my friend. If you're watching, dude, there's no way that it's still sealed. Both of these, oh my God, both of these are still sealed. First, we have Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. I like this movie. Tess loves this movie. I had actually, this was not damaged or with the water. I had already gotten rid of this because I kept hearing that this was going to get a 4K. And when I saw this there for 15 bucks, I thought, man, this is a no-brainer. And it's still sealed. So we can open this up together again. Punisher knife. If you haven't seen One Last Kill, off topic, but go watch it. Great. Yeah, so there it is. You can put the reverse artwork. Is this Cliff McMillan too? Dude, we're 4 for 4. Cliff McMillan. Love this movie. The slipcover is in pretty good shape. I remember this one being a weird one. I remember my old one was in uh, kind of rough shape, but nonetheless, we have Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. I can't believe that this is still sealed. This I think is one of my favorite sequels ever. I remember, I hate to admit this because I know this sounds awful, but I love watching zombie movies on Memorial Day weekend. I'm sorry. It has been a tradition of mine for years. I know Return of the Living Dead takes place in July, but I've always enjoyed watching this movie and the first one on Memorial Day weekend. I remember this one. Uh, this was not damaged. I had this one before, and I got rid of it because I had. And let me tell you something. We're about to see some dope, really dope reverse artwork. I remember just thinking it was going to. When I went through a phase where I was just so sure that everything was going to come to 4K, they were going to shoot these out quick, and they didn't. They didn't. Now, I will be honest with you. I can see this getting a 4K, but I can also see this getting a 4K from somebody like TerraVision. I don't think this will get a Screen Factory 4K. TerraVision put out the vinyl, which is really dope. And for 15 bucks, no brainer, man. I mean, this is a no brainer. And here is that reverse artwork. I did a video on my TikTok, I don't know, 2 years ago, talking about how great this poster is. I remember seeing this poster in the movie stores more than the original. I have more coming. I'm planning on just having a full blown Screen Factory summer, and we're gonna cap it off with a Screen Factory stream with me and Craig and hopefully some other guests, where we're gonna do a countdown of our top 10 Screen Factories. And I'd had to re-get some of these. I've got some heaters on the way. I got some bangers, and my goal is to finally finish this series off with re-getting back the Halloween Blu-ray box set from Screen Factory. And it's going to be a while because it's a steep one. So, yeah, man, I'm so happy to have these back. There it is. There is the haul. All 5 of these, I highly recommend getting. And aside from Tales from the Hood, most of these are on Amazon for like 15 bucks. So guys, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all the support on the Screen Factory video. I appreciate all the support. We're at 960 something subscribers. So I really think we're going to get to 1,000 by Scarefest. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know down below if you have any of these Screen Factories, and make sure that you stay subscribed because in July, me and Craig, Blues from the Basement, and some other guests are going to be doing a top 10 Screen Factory video. I'm 4K Outlaw. This is the Movie Bunker, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.